Nice.
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
This show is presented thanks to the sponsorship of the Motorcycle Safety Lawyers.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode, the first of 2026 season, the official season 1, episode 1. The last 2 shows we did in 2025 was testing the program, testing the system. But this is it. This is 2026. First of all, Happy New Year to every single one of you guys out there that tune in and check us out. We're back. Now we're going weekly. We did take a break, of course, the holidays. So I'll give you a synopsis real quick. The third week of December, we had to make ourselves present to a funeral for our brother Guerrillero from the Latin American Motorcycle Association Lorraine chapter. Was the president there, passed away, so we went to his funeral. Unfortunately, that was on a Thursday. The following Thursday was Christmas. The following Thursday was New Year's. And here we are now, nice and like Little Caesar's Pizza, hot and ready to put together an amazing show for you guys. And super excited for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, make sure you hit like and make sure you hit subscribe. Check us out on YouTube at Real Motorcycle Talk, and right here on Facebook, Motorcycle Talk with Taino. My guest just jumped off again. He was just here and jumped off. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, we have the man he's going to be interviewing with us. I just had him on the link, and for some reason he jumped off. I'm going to bring him back in here in a second. Mr. Mike Ramos, a true biker, and we're going to talk about him. I mean, he's going to talk about himself. Right? We're going to talk to him, talk to an old friend, Mr. Mike Ramos, Iron Mike Ramos. But listen, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and you know, kind of a lot of you guys were like, hey, when's the show? Are you guys, you know, holidays got in between, but no, season 1, episode 1. We're excited. And let me bring him in. There he is. Acomoda la cámara, Mike. Acomoda la cámara que te veo más que la mitad de la cara. I only see half your face. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome.
But I don't see you. Yeah.
Yeah, there you are, brother. Yeah, let's welcome our brother. Mr. Mr. Mike Ramos, Mr. Iron Mike Ramos. What's going on, man? Happy New Year, brother.
Well, Happy New Year to you and all the bikers of the world.
Yeah, and you know, I welcome everybody to obviously the Biker Talk podcast, where we're going to be talking to bikers. We're going to be talking anything motorcycle related, and I'm excited to have Mike here today, because this gentleman, I'm not going to say his age. I'm going to let him say all that a little later, but as you can see, he's got some miles in him, and I'm going to tell you, I want him to talk about those miles and what they've meant to him as a biker his whole life, and for him to tell us a little bit about everything. But first and foremost, you know, Mike is just like probably every single one of us. A father, in his case, a grandfather. I'm not there yet, but in this case, a grandfather, a biker, a provider. I mean, he worked for a living just like every single one of us. He's enjoying retirement now. But Mike, first of all, people who know you ask you this question all the time. Mike, how old are you today? How old are you?
Well, I'm 86. I'll be 87 in July.
86 years old, and I can only and I wake up in the mornings and my knees hurt. Okay, and I'm 48, right? So God bless you, Mike, and may God continue to give you, you know, the health and you know and the time here on this earth. You're a father, you're a grandfather. Are you a great grandpa yet or no?
Yes, I am.
Great grandpa, and this great grandpa, I'm not going to call him that anymore.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
You still ride, Mike. How many years?
Yes, I do.
How many years has Mike Ramos been riding?
61.
61 years.
61 years.
61 years as a biker. Probably a lot of us watching this show today aren't even that age. I know I wasn't. You were a biker 20 years the day I was born. And out of all the things, Mike, that what I'm gonna ask, what brought you to bikes? What did you see a biker go by and you're like, I like that, or was it something that you always like? I mean, what brought you to motorcycles?
Well, this is gonna go back to when I was a kid, because I used to play baseball in Puerto Rico, the Little League, and my coach used to be a policeman patrolling what's called Ruta 65. He was a policeman on a motorcycle, on a
La
Harley.
65 de Infantería, right?
65 Infantería.
Yeah,
And then
Puerto
he
Rico.
used to come to the ball games on a motorcycle, and I was looking at that motorcycle and drooling and said, "Well, someday I want to have one." It wasn't until after I came back from the army, I came to Chicago, and then it took me a little while because I didn't have a place to put it, so I ended up buying a small one. Then I graduated. I got a '69 Triumph Bonneville, and
So what was your
that
first
was
bike?
a big bike.
What was your first
That
bike?
was my first bike was a small Honda.
Honda. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
small one. Yeah.
So now I don't feel bad
And,
because my first motorcycle was a Honda Matic. All right.
And
So then you got the Triumph, the '69 Triumph. Okay. And then you
Then
just
I
kept
went to
growing
get
from there.
yeah, I wanted to go to Harley and ended up got a Sportster. I only kept it for about 6 months, and I said, "This is too small," so I got a bagger. Then it was a classic.
And
That's
then,
what they
and
call
then
them then. Back that was in '79.
and you've been riding ever since.
Ever since
Let me ask this: did you ever count how many bikes you've owned, or no?
I own 19 new Harleys.
Wait, so 19 new
I used
Harleys. You can't count the other. You're not counting the other one.
No,
And at 86 years old, you're still riding. You ride a Street Glide, I believe, right?
yes, Street Glide. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
and I love it.
what out of all the bikes you've owned, which one do you think is? I mean, you love this one, but which one has been your favorite? If you could either, maybe it's this one, but which one do you think was your favorite?
Well, my favorite was 2008 Ultra, which I rode to all the way to Cancun and back. I put
Cross
a lot of miles on
international.
the bike.
Yeah, cross international borders, and so 2008. All right. And what was it about it? Was it just how it rode, how it fit you, or?
Well, I got used to riding Ultra, big bikes.
Yeah.
Most of them were classic, and then came out with the Ultra Classic, and that bike was a very good bike. I put a lot of miles, never had not a problem with that bike, and
You just,
I
it was
finally
just,
got rid of it. I hated it. I hated getting rid of it.
It
But,
fit you. So mira, I got un muchacho aquí. His name is La Bestia from here from Detroit. Says, Mike, saludos.
Saludos,
Freddy
my man.
Fabre también envía saludos. Mike Ramos, saludos. Ricardo Moreno, Iron Mike, we love you, brother. This is from LBBA
Yeah, we love you too.
Chicago. Dame ver qué tiene por aquí. Jay Wild says, I see some familiar faces here. Hello, brothers and sisters. Joseph Carrion says, God bless you, Mike. La Bella, she rides a Honda, so she goes Honda. so did La Bestia. He said the way Taino said Honda. Look, somebody, Guy Pinheiro says, my first bike was my mother's 1978 Honda Hawk 400 automatic. Then Lucille from San Antonio says, saludos. Kai says, of course, hello, Mike. So man, you got some fans out here today, Mike. And And that's awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. And today we're interviewing Mr. Iron Mike Ramos. And eventually I'm going to ask him where does that name come from. But he just said he rode a bike from Mario, and Mike lives in the Chicagoland area. So when you went to Cancun, you left from the Chicagoland area, or were you somewhere else in the nation?
No, I left from actually Naperville, which that's where I live, outside of Chicago, 40 miles from Chicago.
And that was your ride all the way to Cancun. Did you do that one alone, or were there friends and family, brothers?
No, with you? I was with the group, with that llama.
Okay, yeah. So that's awesome. How many miles was that, if you can remember, or at least how many days did you take on the trip? Something like that.
We were gone for a month.
So it was a month. Wait a minute. So it wasn't just go there, do the event, and come back. You did more stuff.
Right.
Wow.
Well, we went there. You know, it took a while to get there. We had some issues along the way with some bikes breaking down, a guy falling down, and other issues. So it took us a little longer to get there than it normally would have. But we got there, and once we got there, we had fun. We put the bikes in a ferry, went across to Cozumel Island.
Goes well.
And then we were there for 2 days, and then we headed back.
So I got a guest is asking, one of our viewers is watching. Mr. Ramos, what was your favorite ride, and what was the worst moment on a bike to you? So 2 questions. What was your favorite ride that you've done throughout your 61 years as a biker, man?
Jeez. Now you made it very difficult because
too many.
Yeah, too many of them. They've all been great. I always enjoy myself, have fun, which is the whole idea. Riding your motorcycle, going places, meeting people, and having fun.
And I guess the second part of his question, I'd never have a bad moment on a bike. I don't. Even on my bad day, I have fun. But has there been a moment where you had a bad ride or a bad experience on a trip?
No, really. I had times where I wish I was in a car because I got caught in some very nasty weather.
Weather.
One time we were going to Mexico. Yeah, I got caught in fact, one guy stopped. He was in a car. And so he thought I was crazy for being in that kind of weather. I said, well, I'm going where I'm going, and I'm going to get there.
You said, I'm still riding. I'm not going to lie to you. Listen, Mike, I rode today, and it's on my Facebook. I am ecstatic. I am in Detroit. It was 32 degrees this morning. All of a sudden, it was 45. I had to go to handle some quick business at what we call it the Secretary of State, which is Department of Motor Vehicles. I had to go pick up a title. And nevertheless, I was like, man, I can do this. It was 45 degrees, and I did 22 miles. And those are like, oh, my God, I'm ecstatic about 22 miles, okay, just because of the weather, right, the way it's been. But unfortunately, I live in Michigan where the weather kind of kills half my season. So I can't wait till I get to the time and my age and my retirement to where I can go south in the winter months up here in Michigan. But I do know something that you do, and you do this every year, and it's you go to Sturgis. How long have you been going to Sturgis?
Only 35 years.
35 years. Have you missed any, or have you gone 35 years straight?
I missed one. That was when the COVID was very strong, you know, and I didn't want to take a chance, go over there and bring it home and get my wife sick.
2020. Wow. So 2020, 2021. I think 2020 was the worst one. Yeah, so 21, it was starting to get better. Wow, so 35 years or 35 trips there.
Yep.
Wow. And on those trips, what does Mike Ramos do? Okay, Mike Ramos leaves his house. It's about what, 15, 18 hours from you, give or take?
I make it, and I leave here on Saturday morning around 6 o'clock in the morning. I stop in Mitchell, South Dakota, and then the next day I'm only 270 miles away from Rapid City, where I stayed, which is close to Sturgis.
Yeah. And what's your favorite part of Sturgis?
All over.
You can say.
Keystone. Sturgis
if you guys have
itself,
any questions for Mike Ramos about his biker life, anything from when he started riding to today, and just want to know the person, Mike Ramos, feel free to put it on the chat, and we'll definitely ask Mike Ramos. Irene Paparazzi says, hi, Taino, Mike from Paparazzi. Love you both. Well, thank you. Thanks for the love, sister. Glad to have seen you here a few weeks back over in Lorain, Ohio. But yeah, today we're talking, for you guys that are just tuning in, today we're talking to Mr. Mike Ramos, a true legend biker in the Chicagoland area, with 61 years behind the handlebars, rode Hondas and Triumphs, and now favorite bikes are the Ultras and the Street Glides. But just a quick synopsis. Mike, at the beginning of the show, we just kind of introduced you real quick. You're a father, a grandfather, and a great-grandfather. Tell us the numbers. How many children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren?
Grandchildren, I have 6. And I have 3 great-grandkids.
3 great-grandkids. Wow. And how many children? How many kids?
I had 2 with my previous wife and 1 with the current one.
So 3 children, 6 grandkids, 3 great-grandkids. And do any of them think Grandpa Mike or Dad Mike is the coolest guy because he's at 86, he's still riding motorcycles across country? Or do they think you're crazy?
They all do. They think I'm the coolest
crazy,
grandpa.
or they think you're cool?
Yeah.
I have so many questions, that I want to ask Mike about his life behind handlebars, and I personally, Mike, you and I both belong to the same organization for years, and we've met, we've talked, so a lot of the things I kind of know about you just from knowing the stories, right, and knowing Mike, but there's something about a biker, to a lot of people, and Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, you've probably seen it, people who think they are bikers, but it takes a lot more to be a biker than just owning a bike and going out, to a couple of bar hop, or maybe take a quick one summer trip. I mean, for you to dedicate 61 years to this hobby, what is it about the motorcycle, about riding, that you can't let go, even at your age, at 86 years old, and grandkids and great-grandkids thinks grandpa's crazy because he's still riding motorcycles across country? What is it about motorcycles that you can't let go?
Well, this is the enjoyment. When I get on a bike, I take off, man, I'm in heaven. When I was working at lunchtime, I always get on my bike and go for a ride. Sometimes I skip lunch and go back to work. And when time came, got on a bike, went home. Sometimes I go home the long way.
So the bike was more important than eating.
You got it.
Now I've done the long road back. I've done that. As a matter of fact, in Detroit here where I live, I almost have no choice sometimes, because it's the long way back roads. I actually continue to move. I mean, it takes me longer or whatever, but I continue to move, versus taking the freeway straight home. I get stuck in traffic and then I'm just stuck, right? So I do that quite a bit, actually. So I can understand that one. But, and listen, Mike, everybody here in this show, in my podcast, know that I'm a foodie and I love to eat. But you really got to love this if you're skipping lunch to go on a 40-minute ride around town and then come back and continue your second half of the shift.
Well, yeah, because you get on a bike, you really forget about any troubles or any headaches or nothing. I just think of looking at the road and enjoying my ride, and it really relaxes me.
And you know what? You speak for probably millions and millions of bikers, Mike, about what the bike does for you. You know what I mean? It's not, to some people, they have different hobbies, right? Other people will go plant flowers in their yard, or other people, that's their zen. That's their relaxed moment. To us bikers, a lot of people don't understand. How can that loud ass bike be your calm, be your peace. Yeah, that's exactly what that bike. I'm gonna tell you, I've had a very busy week at work, and those 22 miles that I rode today, I came back and Troubles is sitting on the couch, and I come back and I'm like, she goes, "What the heck's wrong with you?" I was like, "I rode, right? I rode my little 22 miles." I was like, "I rode today." You know, that did it for me. So yeah, no, I agree. And to me, you know, there's something about being behind the handlebars, and correct me if I'm wrong, and please use your own words. Something about being behind the handlebars, the wind, the open road, the you know, you can almost tune the world out. Of course, pay attention to traffic and all that, but you can almost tune the world out. And for that time that you're on your bike, you don't give a crap if you haven't paid your light bill, or if you're, you know, I mean, you oh, my cell phone bill is due. I'm going on a ride. I'll pay it tomorrow, right? You forget about the world and anything that can be, and it can be a form of a therapy. At least to me, it is. You know, so for 61 years, you have said, "This is my peace. This is my relax. This is my enjoyment. This is what I love." Is there any moment in your biker life where you said, I think you froze. Did you freeze, Mike? Yeah, you froze. We might lose him for a second. Oh, there you go. I can hear you. But you froze.
Yeah, okay.
I can hear you, though. So is there any time in your life?
I can hear you, too.
Okay, great. Is there any time in your life where you said, "You know what? Maybe I'm done with this. Maybe I'm just gonna not ride anymore"? Have you ever thought that?
No, really. My goal right now is to be able to ride my bike until I'm 90, still being, you know, healthy enough and strong enough to still ride my bike.
Absolutely.
It's only
Absolutely.
almost 3 years away. I'll be 87 in July.
You'll be 87 in July, so technically 2.5 years. And right now, let me ask this: how is Mike doing healthy? Is that goal achievable? Do you feel like you can make that, sir?
Right now, I do. Yes, I'm fine.
Right now, today, that's the best thing we do. And I promise you that everybody here watching today is definitely praying that, you know, we see you, you know, achieve that goal, and hopefully you can be in Sturgis in August after you on that 90th birthday. So and you are planning on going to Sturgis this year, correct?
Yes, I am. My room is waiting for me because I book when I leave.
I can't see you for some reason, but I can hear you. So I don't know what you did over there with the camera. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I see you. While you figure that one out, Sean D from Chicago area says, "Hey, Puppy Mike, much love." Let me see. Let me see. Bulldog and Nessie from Lava Poconos. Saludos, you know what's going on, guys. Mike, send my love to your beautiful wife, Midalia. Yeah, I don't have my. Let me see what they got here. Junior Ochoa says, "Yeah, take the long way back, Wepa." All right. And look what they're saying. They're saying that's how you keep that slim figure, Mike. That's how you keep yourself healthy, is riding that bike. They're also saying, Mr. J. Wild says, "You're on the money. Bike is meditation. You worry about text, phone calls, or lose attention on your bike, it can kill you. The concentration and focus is that you put on the bike obviously relieves your stress." Tere Repullo, our sister Tere Repullo, is in the house. There we go. Let's see. All right, here we go. Saludos, mi querido Mike. Mike, ¿me escuchas todavía, no? Todavía no te veo. All right, I'm hoping he comes back on. I'm trying to bring him back. He's still there for some reason, but I think it's frozen. Continued blessing and health, Mike. And Freddie Fowler says, "We miss you, Mike." Let me see. Mike, will you ride a trike? Let's ask him that question as soon as he come back. Let me see if I can bring him back in a different way. In the meantime, guys, keep asking the questions. Mike will jump right back on. I'm just resetting his connection. We do. Mike is he's a trooper. As a matter of fact, him and I this year are going to, I'm actually committing to meeting him in the Chicagoland area. And I will finally make my way back in. Let's see. Log back in. I don't think he got my message. Here we go. I will be meeting him in the Chicagoland area, and we'll be heading over to Sturgis. That's the first week of August, I believe, is what he did. Let me see. Okay, it's something else. I'm sorry, guys. I was reading another. I'm gonna answer this one, Yvette, for me. Where's it at? Right here. If Evelyn, I'm sorry. If I make it to a healthy 80s and 90s even riding, and it gets to the point, I will absolutely get a trike. I will absolutely jump on a trike. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Right now, I can still handle my own, and I hope that I by the time I'm come here, they're calling for you. There she is, people. Yvette, there she is. She's doing much better after her surgery, and unfortunately, she's got one more surgery to deal with for her knee, but she will be ready April, May for the season. So, yeah, there she was. You guys want to see? There he is. Let's see. Ahora sí, creo que sí. Let me see. There you are.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we lost you. I don't know we lost you. So I was reading a few of the messages. Tere Repullo says, saludos, mi querido Mike. Continued blessings and health to Mike from Yvette. Freddy Fabra says, we miss you, Mike. Evelyn had a question for you. It says, Mike, will you ever ride a trike if it comes to the point where you can't handle, say, your two-wheeler?
Well, I rode one around the block for my friend from McAllen, Texas, Claudio. And I came back, I said, here, you can have this. Maybe
So
in the
that's your
future.
favorite. That's your favorite.
I'm thinking late, maybe after my 90th birthday, if I have any difficulties where I don't feel safe with
With the two wheels.
mainly about the weight of the bike or something like that, maybe, I don't know. I
That's
would
my
get
answer, Mike.
slingshot.
Oh, you just gonna drive it? You just gonna get in there? Hey, just the wind in your face, man. I'm with you,
Yep.
man. Listen, I feel the same way. If it gets to the point where I physically cannot handle the bikes anymore because of my
Right.
age, or you never know, and I might could. I don't care much for a trike. That's just my preference. I've rode one once, one of the tri-glides. I've rode one. It's just not my preference. I like the leaning. I like the feel that I've known for 25, 26 years now. I like that feel, so I'd stick to that. But there might be a time. There might be a time where I would consider a trike, just not right now. So,
Well-
Mike, moving forward, you've made a lot of accomplishments as a biker, whether it's the long distance hauls down all the way to Mexico or cross country here in the United States. But you also had an integral part in a great organization that we both were members of, the Latin American Motorcycle Association. You were part of the beginnings of that.
I sure was, yep.
Yeah, you're part of the beginnings of that. And for 45, 46 years, I believe, I can't remember exactly the number of years, you were a
47.
big integral part.
Yeah.
47 years, very integral part, all the way up to international vice president. But there's more than just the Latin American Motorcycle Association with you. You were also the president or director of the Hawk chapter. Was it Chicago area?
Yeah, there was in actually Oak Park, which is just outside of Chicago. I started that chapter over there.
Okay. Let me see. Hold on,
And
give me a
I
number
was
of tag.
elected, the second year I was elected president, and they call it director for 12 years.
12 years. Wow. And in your tenure as a vice president, as a director, as a biker, has there been one person that you've watched from not being a biker to becoming a biker himself or herself, or I mean, just you've been part of creating a lot, not only chapters but bikers individually?
Well, I always give people advice when they're new, starting riding a bike. I always tell them about safety. If you don't feel comfortable, at certain speed, don't do it. You know, just keep whatever you feel comfortable, because the worst thing you can do is have somebody be all tense riding a motorcycle. That's no good. That's
So
it's like
Mike,
an accident going someplace to happen.
I'm actually glad you say that, because I don't know people who follow me on Facebook. I'm trying to open it up here and share it with our viewers. Here it is. Let me open some up over here. But that is probably one of the best things you can tell a new biker. Wait, I moved the wrong screen. Hold on. I'm gonna keep this one in front of me and then the other one. As a new biker, and more importantly, the people, us, the ones that are showing the biker the ropes, and us coming from the motorcycle clubs and the motorcycle associations world, where a lot of new people come in, and in my case, and I'm sure yours as well, a lot of spousals or wives of people who are already bikers eventually get the bug, and now they want to ride. And we don't want those people, and correct me if I'm wrong, we don't want those people to try to ride like I do. I've been riding for 27 years. You've been riding for 61. There's no way that person who just jumped on a bike and went and did a 3-day course at Harley expect them to ride at my level. And one of the things I am doing, especially for group ridings, and I just got this done, and I'm actually kind of just snitching on myself here. Let me see, screen share. I got to share a screen here. As of yesterday night, I received the approval that here it is. I have actually wrote a manual, and it's going to be my book. It's going to be on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. It's called The Road Captain's Compass. And one of the things that we talk about here is exactly that. It is, the burden of being the front tire, the burden of being the first person that is teaching the bikers that are behind you, maintaining the speed, learning how to take those curves, because taking the curves inside of the Harley parking lot and taking the curves on the road with traffic and trucks and all of that is different. If you have to give right now an advice to a brand new biker, like one advice, like this is going to either save your life or you can actually kill you, what do you think you would tell that person?
Well, the first thing I tell them, if it's a new bike, I tell them the brakes on a new bike are not really 100% stopping ability. So you have to kind of break that in. After that, do not ride a passenger until you're secure. Even with my experience, every time I got a new bike, I felt that they're going around, hit the brakes, and always, this is one thing I tell people all the time is you must use both brakes.
Yeah.
Some people get used to using the back brake only or the front brake only. That's a huge mistake. You need both brakes.
I tell people in words, ride your own bike. Don't try to ride mine, right? Right. And when I say that, I'm not talking about the actual physical bike. Ride you ride your bike. Don't worry about how I rode mine at that moment. What are you comfortable with? You know what? I may be comfortable taking my bike on a curve and scraping the side of my boards, my footboard. If you're not comfortable, don't try to do that. You're going to lay it down and you're going to hurt yourself and hurt people behind you, right? So ride your bike.
That would end your trip. It'll mess up your bike. In some cases, other people's bike might go down too. If you go down, they might be a little bit too close to you. So, that's why I always, two things that not only two things, but many things that I always preach. I used to live the club all over.
Yeah.
My goal is to maintain everybody together. Some guys have a habit of, okay, we're going to get on the expressway. Well, okay, then he gets on there, he cranks it up, it goes fast. Now the other people are coming down the ramp. They're not coming that fast. Before you know it, you got everybody scattered all over the place. So you stay on that lane, maintain a certain speed, let everybody catch up. Once you see that the last bike is there, then you can move over when you get a chance.
You know,
But-
while we got in this topic, that is actually a couple of the points that I talk about on the book, the Road Captain's Compass, and it's we call it the slinky effect, right? Because if I get on the freeway and it's happened to me, I led a group in Greenville, North Carolina, of over 500 bikes. So when I got out on the street, just a regular street, when I got out, I have to think we got 500 bikes behind me that have to make that same turn for maybe 2 miles, if not more. I was doing 25, 30 miles an hour at the most, right? Allowing everybody to make that turn safely and lined up. When my rear captain at that time, which was Ayala, who was helping me be the rear captain, him and I were on the phone the whole ride, like on a phone call on Bluetooth. And he called me, he goes, "You're good." Now I picked it up to 45, 50, and then the roads were mostly 50. Then again, every time I made a right turn or a left turn, the same thing. We had to slow it back down so that we didn't have, and of course, this is a special type of scenario because we were at a rally. We had that many people. But even when you're riding with 5 people, 7 people, well, I think that's important to tell a new rider, and us who are the seasoned riders understand that and kind of I can't expect him to ride up here with me, but I'm not going to be able to ride 30 miles an hour. So that person picks it up just enough, but I come down just enough to where he or she is comfortable. I think that's one of the best things we can tell a new biker. And you know what, Mike? And you only get good riding if you ride your bike. Go out there and ride your bike every chance you get. You go into the store, take your bike, go get your gallon of milk. You going to check the post office, go ride your bike, right? Get used to it. Get used to riding your bike. I got a question here for you, Mike. It says, over the last 47 years, what has been the single most significant change you've seen in the motorcycle clubs? Is there anything that pops off from the motorcycle club?
Well, the only thing I've seen is, and this has nothing to do with the club itself, but it's the attitude of people when you ride as a group and you're organized and you see people go in a car, how they give you a thumbs up versus having a group scattered all over the place. It really takes the car drivers, number one. Number two, you can get in an accident real easy.
Absolutely.
And if you do, there goes the trip. So, not only, also when you ride your bike as a group and then people go in a car with kids, the kids are always looking at you, you wave, and that's a big thrill for them. Kids in a car, when you go by or they go past you, if you wave to them or beep the horn or something, that's something that really makes you feel good. Also, when you stop for gas, at some station, people come over, look at your plates. Oh, where you from? Look at the plates in there.
Yeah.
If you go in the car, other people in the car, they're going to talk to you.
Nobody gives a crap about your plates. Yeah, nobody gives a crap about your plates.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're on a bike, the people look at you, and that's changed a lot in the past.
Do you think?
Years ago, it used to be people see you, on a bike and you got a leather jacket, and now you're the bad guy. Well, throughout the years, with our good behavior, that has changed a lot. There's still some people that do stupid stuff,
sure,
but it's a minority.
So, and I was just going to allude to that, right, Mike? 47 years ago, and even a little longer, right? I mean, we all understand. For the people who are just joining us, let me just recap real quick. We're interviewing Mr. Mike Ramos, a true legend in the biker world. 61 years behind handlebars. 35 trips to Sturgis, just to Sturgis alone, not to include cross-country traveling, millions of miles there, and of course international riding all the way down into Mexico and believe did you ship your bike to Puerto Rico that one year? Did you? Yeah, I think we did, right?
Yeah, we shipped back there to Puerto Rico twice.
Yeah. So guys, we're interviewing Mr. Mike Ramos. Ask your questions, say hello, send him hugs and kisses if you like him. He don't mind, as long as you're a lady, he don't mind the hugs and kisses. But I was alluding to that, Mike. 47, 50 years ago, to the people who are new to the biker world, understand how motorcycle clubs were created, right? We started with really veterans coming home. The military ended up using motorcycles out at war, when those guys came back home, they loved the bike. They loved what they did out there with those motorcycles, and whether they were on duty, on combat or whatnot, they just loved the motorcycle. So when they came back, they wanted the motorcycle. So they ended up buying motorcycles, and they started customizing them, and that's where the chopper lifestyle came from. They were chopping them up, raking them up, doing all this stuff, and then they became groups, right? Think about what we deal with today. I work with groups here in Detroit, the Bikes and Battle Buddies, which is supporting, veterans who come home with PTSD. Well, now we have a name for it. Back after World War II, there was no such thing as PTSD. That they didn't have a name for that. It existed, it happened, but they didn't have a name. So these guys, we have this issue. Who can they trust? They can trust the people who they trust in the trenches. They get together, they have motorcycles, they started their own clubs. That's how the biker scene started in the early 60s here, and maybe a little earlier than that, right? Motorcycles already existed for a long time, but that's what really put them on the map as clubs. Now, 47 years ago, almost 50 years ago, you're right. They were the rebels. They were the outcasts. They were the, if you wore leathers and you had a loud bike, people would like grip their children and clutch their wallets and purses because here comes the bad guys. And I want to say that overall, not just with the association or groups that we've belonged to, but overall the MC world, I've gone to tons of MC meetups here and bike nights, and the attitude is different. I think that's changed. Now, yes, you're right. There's still people out there that live that original, true outlaw style, and that's just their style. But to me, I think that's changed. Do you agree, Mike? Do you think that's a fair assessment?
I agree 100%. I always say this: you love riding motorcycles. Now you go act stupid, you might end up dead or in jail. And guess what? Your motorcycle riding days are over. So
100%. 100%. I think that goes everywhere, not just motorcycles, right? Because a lot of people would say, me, I'm in Detroit, right? You live in the Chicago area. Some people would say, oh, don't move to Chicago. It's super dangerous there. They just shoot and kill people there. Well, I've lived in a city that is known for violence or is known to be a bad city. I've never been shot. I've never been, I don't mess with that crowd. I don't mess in that lifestyle. So, and I think we just ride by. We love the motorcycle. We love the leathers. We love the road. And as long as we do it respectfully and listen, you go out there and you start cutting people off, and you, like Mike was saying, and you start going through traffic and just being and this is my show, just being an asshole. Guess what? You are going to meet that guy who don't care more than you don't care, right? But you go out there and we ride in the pack and we look, we use signals. We use, trust me, the respect is that I think that's what I can take. In 25 years alone, I've seen that. 26 years I've been riding, I've seen that. So I hope I'm not
put
wrong.
yourself in this, driving a car. Okay, would you like somebody to do that to you? No. Well, why you want to do it to them?
I agree. Let's see, what do we got here? So they're saying, I say ride at your own judgment and pace, not in a hurry, go to heaven. It is time to enjoy the road and scenery and feel from all worries, explore new adventures and friends. That's my opinion. Absolutely, Evelyn. That is, at the end of the day, we do this for fun. This is a hobby that some of us, after 61 years, can't let go. And that's our brother, Mike Ramos. He's got a goal. So look, Trouble says, I've passed a few little girls that have seen me riding and they put their window down waving with a big smile. I'm a witness to that. As a matter of fact, I am on the left-hand side. Troubles is on my right-hand side. And to the right, a car pulls up. And the little girl in the back screams to her mom, "Look, Mom, it's a girl." Like, it's a, look, Mom, it's a girl, right? And that made Trouble's day. That made my day to see that maybe my wife inspired a new little lady biker, but that's also something that you've seen change, I'm sure. When you started 61 years ago, the ladies weren't really in the biker scene. I mean, there were a couple that have made history as being female bikers, but it wasn't a big thing. Now there's lady bikers all over there's MCs of ladies.
not only that, there are a lot of them that ride a lot better than some of the guys too.
I'll agree. Listen, I'm going to speak.
I've seen it.
Speak for some of the ladies you and I personally know in the Latin American Motorcycle Association, who are world champions in the sport of motor touring, that I have seen, and they ride circles and they ride beautifully. And I'm going to give at least a couple of names here. One of them, it's somebody that as a biker I look up to, even as a lady, and that's Baby Talk in Miami. She leads groups, she leads packs. As a road captain. Heidi from Lama Manville, who her and four other ladies, Marianela, Cindy Santiago, they rode all the way from the Jersey area all the way to the Grand Canyon. So got to give it, but that's changed, right? 40 years ago, you wouldn't have heard of a social club with ladies.
No, they were only in the back of the bike.
Yeah, they were the passengers. Yeah, they were absolutely the passengers. Let me see what they got here. So, más comentarios. Alex Molina says, saludos, Taino y a Mike. Saludos. Let me see. Que ponen por aquí. Irene put, women riders power. Absolutely. Be the example when riding a motorcycle, prioritizing safety, situational awareness, and respect for others on the road. Mike, question. Have you, and may God bless you and protect you the rest of your years, have you ever had an accident or where you've had an accident on a bike or no?
I had one. And in fact, it was on my way to the Chicago clubhouse.
What was it?
I was, not because of my experience, I've always, even in the city, I don't ride on a right lane because people will pull out, open doors and stuff like that. So I'm on the left lane. There's a guy that comes out of it, underground parking, makes a left turn. I'm going west. Okay, he comes out of there, makes a left turn to go west. He went across 2 lanes of traffic. There was a big yellow lines diagonal that you don't cross that. Well, he didn't see me because he just snuck out behind a couple cars that went by. He tried to pull out of there fast. And that's the one accident I had.
And you did have one. All right, well, good. Yeah. We pray that you don't ever see that or experience that ever again.
One thing that I did was apply both brakes and hung onto that bike.
So you locked it up, I locked
it up, and so I just had a break on my my right hand above my wrist. I had a fracture there.
Okay.
Because I held onto the bike. I was still, when the bike fell on the side, I was still on it.
You didn't let it go. Yeah, you didn't let it go.
Oh no. I just press on brakes, like you won't believe, and stop. I mean,
well, we're glad that it wasn't. We're glad that it wasn't a major accident, and maybe you learned from that, and that's what's helping you give people advice now. On stuff like that. So
that's why I keep saying to use both brakes.
Absolutely.
If I hadn't done that with the impact, I would have gone up in the air.
The reason
my wrist broke is because I was hanging it so tight, I won't let go of it.
Yeah. Let me see. Sergio El Barbas Avila from San Antonio says, saludos de San Antonio, Pulaski boys, Barba and Shorty in the house. Saludos and our love to Iron Mike. Shorty says, whenever Mike comes down to San Antonio, she will make him a cake. I don't know the story behind that, but now we want to know the story.
Okay. I'm going to hold on up to that.
Let me ask you this, Mike. You've traveled tons of countries around the world. You've rode in several countries around the world. Obviously, you live here in the United States. Is there one that you haven't made it to that you would like to go?
Well, I made it all the way. Went to Portland, Oregon one time. I made it back in 3 days. I went to New Mexico. I haven't gone to Arizona, Nevada, or California on the bike.
On the bike.
And up in New England, a few states up north that I haven't been to. I've been to all of the west of them. I've been to all of them.
So I'll let me see if I can compare. I don't think I can. I have not done the West. I haven't done past Montana, right? So Oregon, Idaho, I haven't done those. California, I haven't rode there. Been there a few times. Haven't rode there. From Texas all the way to Sturgis, I've done, and then east, I've done almost every state. And you're right, I have not been to Maine. Up in Maine, I have not been there, and Vermont, I have not been there. So I got some miles to catch up on. And of course, for you guys who are tuned in and just watching, listening, we're talking with Mike Ramos, the legend Mike Ramos from Chicago. Mike, you're I know this, but you were born in Puerto Rico. But let me ask this: besides Puerto Rican food in these countries you've traveled, which is your favorite food outside of Puerto Rican food, or is Puerto Rican food your favorite? I mean, come on.
Well, I can't say Puerto Rican food is my favorite, but I'll eat about anything.
Oh, you're an equal opportunity.
Right. I don't discriminate.
Okay, fair enough. I now have a goal, and it's to I'm a foodie. Everybody here knows I joke about it all the time. But I can't pick one either. If I have to choose, of course, I'm gonna say Puerto Rican food, right? So let me see what we got here. Let me see. Biggest mistake I see in formation is riders that leave too much of a gap. Information closer is safer. Keep the cars in clear intersections. More than 2 seconds to make the gap unsafe. To make the gap safe. I agree with that, and that's what I was saying. Once my book, like I said, it got approved yesterday for publishing. Within a couple of days, it'll be available on Amazon. But I have one of the chapter 2 is called The Physics of the Slinky Effect, right? And it's that gap that we leave, and then you got to haul ass to catch up. Then the guy in the back has to catch up. Now, believe it or not, guys, I could be in the front doing 45 miles an hour, and the guy last in the back might have to do 80 just to catch up to the pack when he gets put behind that far. That's unsafe. So hopefully, once the book come out, if you guys want to check it out, it will be amazing to just learn from that. What is the one thing if bikes would not have been a thing for you, what would Mike Ramos be doing at 86 if you didn't have a bike as a hobby? What would be your secondary hobby?
Cars. I used to work on cars. Yeah. Okay. I went to school for auto mechanics. Yeah.
The hot rod type of thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Mike, you're gonna have to come to Detroit. You're gonna have to come to Detroit. We have a show here called the Autorama, and that is the best hot rods in the world are brought here. Of course, Detroit being the Motor City, they have the biggest auto show, and it's called Autorama. And I'm gonna tell you, it's if you really enjoy cars, what's his name? Alex from Newark. He happened to be here in Detroit for the Detroit anniversary when we were having what they call the Woodward Dream Cruise, which is where all these hot rods just cruise like 5 miles an hour up this road called Woodward. And he happened to be here, and man, if it wasn't because he was committed to come to our event, he would have sat on the side of the road just watching cars back and forth. He's really a gearhead. And he did enjoy it. That's what he took when he left here. So I asked this question. Mike's first bike was a Honda, but they want to know how old were you, Mike, when you bought your first bike?
I was 24.
So you were in your 20s. Like okay, you were in your 20s.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let me see. Said Taino and Mike, you can also get a 0 mile marker from in Maine like you're doing Key West. So maybe we got to go to Maine, man, to get the Maine 0 mile marker and then ride our way down to Key West. Yeah, Jay is the Woodward Dream Cruise. Absolutely. That was you're from Detroit. You know the area. You're from the Detroit metro area. Mike, we're coming up towards the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to thank every single one of you guys for tuning in. We've been here talking to Mike Ramos. This show you can watch, of course, afterwards on YouTube. You can check it out at Real Motorcycle Talk and on Facebook at Motorcycle Talk with Taino. We're going to be doing some clips of the show and posting, 10, 15-second clips of the show. But guys, let me tell you guys, the Mike Ramos you see here today is the same Mike Ramos I met 6 years ago. I love chatting with him all the time. We text all the time, holidays, we wish each other birthdays and all this kind of stuff. true brother, true biker. And if you ever just have a question about motorcycle or anything, this brother would love to coach and make sure that this culture continues for years to come. And he says his goal is 90 years old in Sturgis. And Mike, I'm going to tell you, I pray that you got the health and the energy to do it. And I hope that you and I can continue our friendship. And when you turn 90 years old, I want to take that ride with you. I really do, man. I'm actually committing to this one. I haven't been due to my previous engagements and previous responsibilities in the last 5-6 years. I couldn't commit to do Sturgis because of the weeks kind of interfered with the two big events that we had. But I'm definitely making this one this year. It's a point for me to make Sturgis this year. So maybe Mike and I will link up. I'll leave Detroit, meet him in Chicago, ride all the way to, is it South Dakota you go? And then, move up all the way up to Sturgis. Look who's here. Hey, my sister Tanya from the Jacksonville area says, love Mike, much love and respect. Hey, we love you too, sister. Nice seeing you. I'm going to tell you, when I went down there for Jacksonville for fun, I was down there for work. They make sure that I had fun the time that I was down there. So thank you, Tanya, and all your friends and family down there and your brothers and sisters. We love you guys. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Mike Ramos one more time for taking time of his personal Thursday to come and talk to us and share a little bit about who Mike Ramos, the biker, the person, the grandpa, the great-grandpa, the father is. Mike, again, we thank you, and we pray to God that you continue taking care of you, giving you the health and blessing and energy to continue enjoying your passion and sharing your passion with the world. I personally thank him for allowing me to meet you and to be a person I can call a friend.
Now, one more thing I want to say, and that is that goes to everybody. Remember this: live to ride and ride to live.
I got to close the show with that, but unfortunately, Freddie said, don't forget to stop by Minnesota. Live to ride, ride to live. That's the words of Mike Ramos for us here. Veronica Hurtado Avila, she says, much love, Mike. And now you got a date in San Antonio, Mike. So if you ever head that way,
okay.
Let me know. I got a little bit of more free time. And actually, nobody needs to know my personal business, but I've actually been promoted in my career to where now I have way more vacation time, like a lot more vacation time. Like I got 6 weeks
more than I do.
Huh?
Do you have more vacation than I do?
No, not more than you, Mike, but not more than you. But now I got 6 weeks of vacation time, so I can really, kind of sneak a whole week out of there. See, the way I look at it, Mike, is if I need a week, I take Saturday, Sunday, and then 5 days in between. I got 9 days to go do something.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, I got 52 weeks vacation, so.
Yeah, you're teasing me. I get it. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, much love, much respect for Mr. Mike Ramos. Sir, thank you. Thanks for your time. We love you, and I'll be seeing you soon, sir.
Thank you, and all the viewers, thank you, and keep riding.
Absolutely, Mike. See you later, sir.
Okay, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Mike Ramos, a true legend in the biker world, especially in the Chicagoland area. 86 years old, still riding, 61 years behind the handlebars, 35 trips just to Sturgis, and millions of miles in between all over the nation and in different countries. That being said, guys, I don't want to add so much to this right now that I hurt the interview. Thank you, everyone. A quick word from our sponsor, and we'll come back and say our goodbyes.
This show is presented thanks to the sponsorship of the Motorcycle Safety Lawyers.
And we thank everyone for joining us right here on the Motorcycle Talk podcast. Guess what? If you guys know anything about the biker world, there is a gentleman who is a guru in motorcycle club protocol, MC protocol. His name is Black Dragon, and he is scheduled for the last week of January. There is 2 dates pending, January or first week of February. He is actually getting married So he's kind of not knowing if his honeymoon's going to last a little bit longer. So he doesn't want to commit. But it'll be either the last week of January or first week of February. Mr. Black Dragon himself, a guru in motorcycle club culture. So if you guys have any questions or have anything concerning how things should be ran, he is actually a mentor and a podcaster as well. So you guys can check him out. I also want to thank Larry Bear Stott from Motorcycle Safety Lawyers, and also David Schumann, and of course all the guys. Yeah, thank you. At least somebody knew. I was hoping somebody knew who Black Dragon was. But yeah, he will be just like Mike. He'll be a guest on our show, and with him, it's going to be biker protocol questions. We're talking biker protocols, like anything you have, and how do you handle this? What is the president to do here? What is secretary's real job, right? All of these, what does a sergeant do? What happens if this happens, right? How do you address an MC? How do you address the 1%er? All that stuff. Irma, what's going on, sister? Thank you for coming in. You're coming in at the end of it, but we're here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys one more time for joining me here with Mr. Mike Ramos, the legend. Iron Mike Ramos was here with us. What an honor. What a pleasure. We'll see you guys next week, next Monday, 8 p.m. East Standard Time, 7 Central, 6, 5, so on. All right, guys. We'll see you guys.
Nice.